so I'm just going to go ahead and well, basically this is two separate pieces. They're both kind of subverted reworkings of my commercial work. These four here are from a really long series called Masks, where basically a Photoshop layer from every commercial retouch I do, I kind of bring to the surface in the foreground, and it sort of fits in with the wider concerns of my work because it's about how we can fundamentally change something whilst at the same time we haven't changed it at all. And most of my work is about the nature of reality and the nature of our cognitive systems, how much we create reality from that. But there's lots of ideas swimming about there, and I'm quite interested in the idea of the suit as a uniform, the idea that it commands respect regardless of who's wearing it, the necessary degree of anonymity and loss of individuality that it entails, and then the following kind of abdication and diffusion of responsibility that then entails from that. This piece is a standalone piece called The Management. It's a bit of a wicked grab shot I did after a commercial shoot, and I guess it's kind of my crude little comment on corporate capitalism, but you can take from it what you will. Just a happy accident that this guy just looks exactly like me.
So thank you for commenting on that.
I know! Yeah. So in terms of Pronoia, I took quite a kind of political interpretation, and I was contending that essentially in a very real way, events converge to the advantage of what you might call the business classes. So basically in a consumer capitalist society like ours, things are kind of geared towards middle-aged white guys in suits. I think there's quite a strong argument to be made about the current way that Western society organises itself and how that rewards certain groups at the expense of other groups. But the mechanism by which that happens remains hidden to most. So the people that are rewarded by and large believe it to be overwhelmingly as a result of their own merits rather than say things like class and privilege. So in terms of Pronoia, I'm really saying that the world actually does rearrange itself to be people's oyster as long as you're the right kind of people. So something that's always fascinated me is how people attribute their own success and how blind they tend to be to their own privilege. A person tends to attribute their own success to internal factors about themselves, their talent, their tenacity, their hard work, and by and large successful people tend to think that they deserve their success. And this interests me because it's kind of part of a psychological phenomenon called attribution bias, to which we're all vulnerable. And it involves kind of underestimation of external factors and the overestimation of internal factors. So I would argue that the reasons that allow a person to be successful are manifold, but in no small part to do with things like being born in the developed world, being healthy, favourable family circumstances, not being born into poverty, being middle class, all of that stuff. And then you can add to it categories of what sociologists call privilege, like being white or being male, and all of that stuff probably makes up about 99% of the reason why you're successful. All those ducks, are in a row. And then there's luck, and then finally there's the relatively small contribution that you make yourself. So basically, yeah, I'm just saying that our system is geared to reward certain types of people, certain occupations, such that it should seem to those people that the world was their oyster. They should reasonably have Pronoia, but they don't.
Thank you.